What do YouTube? You know it is your boy Greg coming to you again with another banger today. Now today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be discussing the up and coming fashion trends of 2025. But before we begin, I want to start off with this. Wear what you want. Now fashion to me as I've gotten older really isn't me following trends per se, but I will see what I like throughout the trends and kind of incorporated that into my own style, if that makes sense. And in this year 2025, I feel as though fashion is so versatile that you can really wear whatever, and as long as you make it look good and you feel good wearing it, you can really kind of do whatever you want, if you know what I mean. Like I said, this is really me talking about trends, giving my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and put timestamps down here and in the description box as well, just in case you want to skip around. That's cool with me as well. But with that all being said, man, I got a lot to do, I got a lot to say, so yeah, let's get into it. Now first off, something that I really thought was popular last year and I think it's going to come into this year as well, it's going to be like the crop tees, if you know what I mean. And when I say crop tees, I'm not talking about the niggas who was wearing, you can see their belly button. We're not on that. And if you like that, hey, respect to you. It's not my cup of tea, but if it's yours, hey, do what you want to do. I'm talking about like the crop that comes like at least down to like your belt line, or at least below your belt line at least. Me personally, I usually wear these to complement kind of like my proportion, my body type, you know what I mean? Because if you put clothes on, you need to understand that your body type and proportions mean everything when you're putting stuff on, because you can have like the best looking clothes on, bro, but if the proportions are wrong and ugly, it's just you know what I mean. Like I said, I feel as though crop tees are going to be here to stay this year. But since we're talking about proportions and we talked about the crop tees, we need to talk about the next trend, baggy pants. Baggy pants were cool in 23 and 24. I feel as if they kind of boomed, and I feel as if they honestly will still be here to stay because of the vintage kind of aesthetic, but we're going to talk about that later. And like I said, I do think baggy pants will be here to stay, but I am seeing people move towards like the slimmer kind of regular leg pants, slim straight pants, etc. You know what I mean? I feel as if people need to understand that fashion really is like a never-ending cycle with slight alterations to them every time they come back around. That's what's going to happen is we're going to move from baggy pants to like I said, the slimmer kind of straight pants. We might end up back at the skinnies for real. I'll be throwing skinnies on sometimes too. We might go back to the skinnies, but we're not going back to the goddamn like emoji fucking joggers or something. We're not going back to the emoji. But in all honesty, you can really just alternate back and forth between the baggy and the slim straight style. It really depends on what kind of look you're going for. And since we're talking about looks, we might as well go ahead and talk about a certain look that's kind of like booming, that was kind of there last year, but really this year is taking off. So recently, and when I say recently, I'm talking about maybe like the last quarter of 24, and it's really, like I said, kind of booming right now in 25. It's a mixture of like formal and streetwear attire. And when I say formal, I'm like trousers, cardigans, sweaters, etc. You know what I mean? And when I say mixing with streetwear, like the baggy pants, fitted caps, sneakers. And like to give you an example, have y'all seen like the Boys the Men album cover? And matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. The end of the road, said I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me, I belong to you. I feel like this is one of those things where you gotta actually try it on a couple of times before you like it. Like, you know, like when you don't like something at first, you walk around in it for a little bit, you like, oh, it's alright. And then a little bit later, you're like, nah, this motherfucker hard, are you? But now I feel as if we need to go ahead and talk about the next thing, which is going to be shoes. Now, me personally, I used to be a heavy sneakerhead, and I still am a sneakerhead to some degree, but I feel as if as I've gotten older, I understand the process of buying, caring about getting one shoe, wearing it one time, and then just putting it up like I never had it to begin with, like, you know what I mean? But what I will say is, I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all know that trend when like where Chelsea boots was like in, bruh. That trend never died for me. I still rock. Boots are here to stay. We talking about like Timbs. I don't know why like everybody's saying Timbs are going out of style. Timbs have never really went out of style, to be honest with you. Outdoor kind of boots as well. When I mean outdoor, I mean like kind of like hiking boots, if you know what I mean. And also hear people saying like sneakers are on the decline. Sneakers have never really kind of been on the decline. Now sneaker reselling, that shit low-key dead. Like niggas it's there, but it's really not there. It's not as good as it used to be. But if you go to the sneaker side of YouTube, they are doing well over there. Great viewership over there. I feel as though people are kind of saying that just for shock value itself. Like I've never really thought that, oh, sneakers are gonna die. Like sneakers are never gonna go out of style. It's never gonna happen. Another trend that I think is gonna transfer over from last year to this year is going to be like the workwear kind of style. Like, you know, the Carhartt jackets, you know what I'm talking about. Let's hold on. This dude tried to text me for this on Depop, and I'm like, bro, we're on Depop. Why are you texting like this? You had this on for 64 days. It's like 1 of 10. No, it's a regular Carhartt jacket anyway. And when I say workwear, I don't mean like how it used to be a few years ago where niggas was wearing Carhartt from fucking head to toe, acting like we was finna go do a shift to the construction site. I was never doing that, but everybody was doing that, John. I ain't gonna... But you will see people wearing vintage kind of style jackets to kind of upkeep that vintage style. And since we're talking about vintage, we might as well talk about vintage. Vintage to me never really went out of style. Like, people have always liked wearing vintage kind of attire in their kind of outfits to begin with. I feel like, for being real, vintage is actually decently affordable right now. Like a few years ago, they was taxing for vintage a few years ago, but now it's kind of decently priced. They do be taxing still, but it's decently priced. And since it's more affordable now, obviously a lot of more people are going to get into it. It feels that vintage really will always be here to stay, because somebody's always going to be wearing a vintage piece to some sort of degree in their outfit, if you know what I mean. Now, the stuff I didn't talk about, like the Puma Speed Cats, the Sambas, Asics, etc. Listen, bro, I wear a size 12 in shoes. I know my body proportions, bro. They look like clown feet on you, boy. So I can't sit here and subscribe to it, so I'm not even finna waste my time trying to waste money to get them. But I will say, hey, if you like them, go cop them. Go scoop them. They clean. I ain't gonna lie. They clean. Now that is it for today's video, y'all. Now, if you like today's video, man, drop me a little like, little comment, man. Hey, if you fuck with the kid, like my little personality, man, drop me a little sub too. Haven't seen my like fashion videos, whatever, finna go ahead and put a card up here. Go click that card up, watch those videos. My other videos gonna be in the description box below. Social media description box below as well. Yeah, that is it. I will catch you in the next one. I appreciate you watching. It has been your boy Greg, and what? Y'all easy, man. Stay up for real.
My swerve around that corner, whoa.